Hello grade 10, how are you doing? I hope that you are doing very well and you are getting ready for a new school year and a new stage. Alright, today our lesson is from the new Hello series, which you are going to study through the year. Okay, Unit 1, Getting Away. Unit 1, Getting Away. All right, this is a general overview of what we are going to focus on in the unit. All right, so we have Getting Away, that's the title of the unit. And in the reading, we are going to read a magazine article about ecotourism and blogs about the summer holidays. Of course, the reading is divided into two lessons, so in this session we are going to focus on the first reading, that is ecotourism. All right, write an essay on ecotourism, and we are going to learn more about this topic. And we've got listening and speaking, and in terms of grammar we are going to study past simple and past continuous. And then the life skills, we are going to learn more about collaboration, working together to sustain and improve our environment. And the values we are going to learn more about is workmanship and cooperation, working with others to sustain our environments. It's an important and current issue, so it's very good to learn more about it and be able to talk about it and write about it in English. And also current issues, that is environmental responsibility and community participation, conservation in the global community, sustainable development. All these are current development issues which you need to have at least the basic knowledge of. All right, before we go deeper and start our lesson today, what do you think getting away means? What's the meaning of getting away? Pause the video and then think about the meaning for a moment. Try to guess, what does get away mean? All right, now let's talk about these questions or discuss these questions together. So discuss these questions in pairs. If you have somebody like a friend of yours who is at the same age or at the same, like in grade 10, you can also discuss these questions as some sort of practicing speaking together. It's very important, as you know, to practice speaking and be able to present your ideas as clear as possible. You may never know when you are going to be put in a situation where you have to speak in English and express your ideas or help somebody who's in need, or maybe ask for somebody's help in English, of course. Now, why are tourists very important for a country? So, tourism, as most of us know, is very important for our economy. So why are tourists very important for a country and for Egypt subsequently? So again, try to think about it. Maybe you know the answer in Arabic, but now try to say or express your ideas in English. Try to do that. Second question is, where do tourists go in Egypt? Why do they go there? So, where do tourists go? Like, what are the most tourist attractions in Egypt? And why do you think tourists go there? Last question is, are a lot of tourists always a good thing for a country, and why? When a country, say for example, like some statistics say that France is visited by around 60 million tourists a year. Imagine this huge number visiting a country, one single country. Do you think this is good or bad for a country? and why, of course. Why is it good and why is it bad? All right. Now let's move to ecotourism. All right. So here we have a question or two tasks basically. Number one, read the magazine article about some tourist destinations and match the photos to a country. So here we have some countries, okay? And then we have 4 photos. After we read this article, we need to match each of these photos to a country. We have 4 countries that are in red. So we have Egypt, Madagascar, Ecuador, and Indonesia. Ecotourism, is this the future? First of all, what do you think ecotourism means? What's ecotourism? We shall know after we have read the article. So listen and then we shall proceed. What's ecotourism? Ecotourism is about providing holidays to places which are often endangered and isolated. The holidays are designed to have a limited impact on the local environment and to educate tourists about conservation. Egypt is developing ecotourism to protect the environments along the Red Sea coast. Tourists can stay in hotels built of environmentally friendly natural materials. When tourists go diving, they're taught how to avoid damaging the fish and keeping the special coral reefs safe. Madagascar is famous for its ecotourism and wants to protect its ecosystem, the animals and plants in its environment. 80% of the animals and 90% of the plants that live there don't exist anywhere else in the world. Lemurs, for example, only live in Madagascar. The Galapagos Islands in Ecuador are famous for the unique animals, such as the giant turtles which live there. Ecuador makes sure that tourism is sustainable. Only a limited number of people can visit the islands each year, so the animals and their environment are safe. The Komodo National Park in Indonesia is a popular ecotourism destination. Much of Indonesia's endangered wildlife, including the Komodo dragon, can only be found here. The national park is also famous for its beach with pink sand. All right, now let's look at the article once again. You can also pause the video and then read it on your own, underline the new words, and as you see here, we have some bold words: ecotourism, endangered, isolated, environment, impact, materials, unique, sustainable. So if you have other words, you can add them, underline the words that you don't know the meanings of which, and then use a dictionary, whether online or a printed dictionary, to find out more about the meanings of these words. Now let's look at the word ecotourism. Ecotourism has 2 parts. Eco from ecology, which is related to the environment, and tourism, visiting other places. So ecotourism, this is a new word, and it means like visiting or being a tourist to learn more about natural places. So ecotourism here is about providing holidays to places which are often endangered. All right, now we have 2 adjectives: endangered and isolated. If a place or somebody is endangered, they are under the threat of being maybe damaged or killed or like being unable to exist anymore. Isolated, it means that you're all alone, there are nothing, there's nothing surrounding you. So you're isolated, for example. An isolated place means that it's standing alone by itself. There's nowhere else around it, okay? Something like an island, for example. An isolated island, it means that it is surrounded by nothing around it. All right. Impact. Impact actually is a formal word which means affect. A-F-F-E-C-T. Affect. To have an impact on, it means to have an effect on. The environment, of course, it's the plants, the animals, even the people, and everything, every living organism in a place, in an area. So that's the environment. Materials, actually, these are the basic things or substances that are used to maybe make other things. Unique, it's an adjective. It means one of a kind, very special or rare. Sustainable. Sustainable is another adjective which means to be able to continue without causing maybe damage to the environment. All right, to exist for a long time or be able to continue for a long time. Now let's look at the questions. Just a second. Okay, now let's look at the exercise. A, in which country you may find this in or according to the article? Coral reefs. So, what do you think? That is in Egypt. Egypt is globally known for its unique coral reefs, whether in Marsa Alam or Hurghada or Sharm el-Sheikh. Many diving enthusiasts visit Egypt just to visit the coral reefs in these areas. What about B? What do you think this animal is, and where in the article does it say so? This is the Komodo dragon. It exists in Indonesia. Very good. And what about this one? Maybe the picture is not very clear, but it's a lemur. What is a lemur? Where in the passage or the article does it talk about lemurs? Very good, it's here in Madagascar. And finally, D, that is a giant turtle. This is a giant turtle. So, again, where in the passage does it say so? Okay, it is in Ecuador. It's in Ecuador. Now let's move to the questions. Read the text again and answer the questions. What's ecotourism? Ecotourism is holidays designed to have a limited impact on the local environment. So this is an example. Now look at question 2. Which country, A, has giant turtles living there? B, has hotels built of environmentally friendly materials? So, which one? Okay, So, giant turtles are in Ecuador. Very good. So, giant turtles are in Ecuador. All right. Has hotels built of environmentally friendly materials? So, Egypt. It is Egypt. Now, has a beach with pink sand. A beach with pink sand, it is Indonesia. Wants to protect its lemurs. All right, I'll leave this for you. Now, what do eco-tourists often do? A. Stay in hotels, learn new things about keeping the environment safe, visit traditional villages. So, the answer is yes, B. Learn new things about keeping the environment safe. Now, 4. Which sentence best summarizes the text? So, here we have A. Every country needs more tourists. B. Ecotourism provides holidays without harming the environment. C. There should be no tourists in some places. So, what do you think is the best sentence that summarizes the article? It's B. Very good. Now let's look at our vocabulary today. So, find these words in the text, then complete the sentences. You can use a dictionary. So, you might know the meaning of some of these words, but if you think some of them or all of them are new to you, I suggest consulting a dictionary, an English dictionary for this matter. Why? Because, again, a dictionary guides you through the different meanings and provides you with multiple or many examples that can help you understand the meaning of the word. Here we have ecotourism, endangered, impact, isolated, materials, environment, sustainable, unique. Let's look at number 1. This is the example. There are many endangered animals in the world which we need to save. Endangered are in or under the threat of being killed or damaged. 2. Some animals live in very parts of the world and people never see them. Never see them. So they live in very isolated parts. Very isolated parts. Very good. 3. The tourist industry has had a big on the local town. A big what? Think of this one. A big impact. So, the tourist industry has had a big impact on the local town. 4. The natural world around us is what? The natural world, the world that we haven't created. If you remember, animals, plants, mountains, hills, seas, lakes. The environment. Very good. 5. It's important to only use local when building an eco hotel. So, local, what? materials. Local materials. Very good. 6. The Komodo dragon is to Indonesia. It doesn't live anywhere else. So what do you think the suitable word here is? It is unique, because it doesn't exist or it doesn't live anywhere else. 7. Something is for people who want a holiday which respects the environment. So what's this? Ecotourism. Excellent. Last one, we need to be sure that tourism here is, otherwise people will stop coming, is sustainable, being able to continue for a long time without stop and also without damaging the environment.